what's up everyone, the Dark Date here. So today I wanted to talk to you briefly about, I guess, the truth about YouTube money, how to grow your channel from a smaller channel's perspective. I've been uploading videos for quite some time on YouTube, until recently, maybe the past like 12 months plus maybe. I've done more content and then kind of, fell in love with it a bit. I mean, it's a more of a passion, slash hobby. And I find that a lot of the videos and documentation that I've come across on the internet, it's missing a few things that I think could benefit from me telling you, just based on what I've learned myself. So to give you an idea, I started doing more content uploads and more stuff in general sometime around May 2016, okay? Here we are, September 19th, 2016, and my channel's doubled, right? So when I started, I had somewhere around 180 to 185 subs, right? Now I'm at 290, 285, it hovers, it fluctuates a bit, but almost at 300, right? So I've grown quite a bit in a few months just on my own, right? I didn't join an MCM, so I didn't join a YouTube, affiliate network or anything like that. This is all just stuff that I've done on my own. Is sub counts important? Let's get that out the way first. Yes and no. Yes, because it kind of gives you a general idea of your audience and how many people you can reach just by the content that you're uploading, right? So it's kind of a safety net, I guess, because if you upload X amount of videos, you can kind of tell who's going to watch your videos, versus who's not. I mean, if you have no subs and you put a video out there, chances are no one's going to watch it, right? So the more subs you got, it's kind of good because it kind of shows that you're, I guess, established, right? Sub count really has nothing to do with how much revenue you're going to make, because it kind of goes on, I guess, clicks per video, the duration, so how long does someone watch your video, do they interact with the ads? I mean, that's another big thing. These are all things that YouTube looks at, and these are all things that potential, what I would say, clients, people that might want to do a branding deal with you, look at as well, because how many people you could reach, or how long they're watching, or that's important to them, because in the end of the day they want to make money. There's tons of specifics that I think no one's ever really talked about, in the videos that I've seen, at least. One is, I'd like to say, demographics. So I think, once you sign up for everything, you can see what your audience is at, the age bracket, who watches your videos, what time, what countries. I think that's important because it kind of gives you a general idea of, I guess, how to act on camera and what kind of people you're targeting, more or less. Another thing is that anyone with a YouTube account / Gmail account can set up an AdSense account, assuming you're of legal age. In order to get paid from YouTube AdSense, you've got to have a bank account, right? So that's very important, right? I think the legal age to open a bank account in the United States is 18 years old, unless a parent signs for you, right? So let's get that out the way. If you're 13 and you don't have a bank account, you're not really going to be able to make revenue, because AdSense wants your bank account information. Now, there's kind of a loophole here, because some affiliate networks that you can join with will pay you directly by PayPal. You say, okay, well, PayPal, you kind of still need a bank account. So assuming you have a parent or something like that that has a PayPal account and they let you use it, then okay, you're over that hurdle. But I'm sure there's tons of stuff in the terms of service that you can read on your own that you'll see, yeah, I probably need a bank account. That's one major thing you should know. From what I read and from what I know, they don't do checks anymore, so everything is direct deposit and you get paid monthly, right? So I'll tell you guys flat out, the revenue that I've been drawing has kind of like doubled. So before it was like maybe like $1 or $2 a month, right? It was nothing major. Now throughout the time that I've put in, and my subscriber count and my view time, that's grown. So now I'm averaging about $6-7 per month, right? That's how much I'm getting. It's not a lot like these huge channels, right? But it kind of gives you an idea, because you say, okay, wow, here's this guy, he has 290 subs, he's got, you know, a handful of videos, and he's making $6-7 a month. You know, if I do this every day, and, you know, I'm passionate about it, and I put out good content, then, you know, I can probably really do it. I mean, a lot of people say it's not a good time with all the rules and regulations that are going on in YouTube, and really it just depends, because there's other sources of income aside from AdSense, right? So there's, you know, branding someone might want to do with you. There's Amazon, so if you want to grab an affiliate thing with Amazon, you can do that. So basically what that is say you're reviewing a product that you bought with your own money, or you have something, you know, around the house that you're like, man, you know what, I should do a review of this, and it just happens to be that it's on sale on Amazon. If you have an affiliate link, if someone goes, clicks on that link, buys it, you'll get a small chunk of that. Now again, in order to open an affiliate thing with Amazon, you got to have a bank account, an address, name, cell phone, and you're going to get a tax form. So these are all legal things that I don't think a lot of channels touch on, even though they're like, oh, well, you could do an affiliate thing and sign up for that, and they don't ever tell you what you got to do. I mean, there is legal stuff behind it. There are forms you got to sign, documents you got to sign, assuming you get approved, right? So there's that part. How do you get views on your channel, right? How do people go and, you know, how do you get recognized and become the next, you know, person with like 1,000 subs or 10,000 subs or 100,000 subs? Three key things. Well, yeah, three key things. Well, kind of four. One is clickbait. I mean, that's the most popular thing right now, right? Clickbait is something where you see something in a title, or say it'd be something like, oh my god, my leg got chowed off by a lizard or something like that, and I'm on the floor and there's ketchup on my leg, and you click on it because you want to see my leg chopped off or something, and you're like, oh, well, he just fell off a skateboard, right? But me falling off a skateboard was still funny, right? But you clicked on the link and it got your attention, and, you know, I had cool graphics on it. That draws people. You know, you got to think about it when you go eat, right? When you eat with your eyes first, right? So if you go in and see something that looks gross, you're not going to want to eat it, right? But if it looks good, you're going to be like, you know what, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna try it at least, right? So that's the whole thing, trying it, right? The other three things are your title, what's in your description, and your tags. A lot of people don't notice, but the first two sentences in the description box are pretty key, because that's what, I guess, generates for the searches, along with the title and along with the tags. Obviously along also with, you know, the category that it's in. So these are all important things that you kind of learn as you go, and you kind of learn, okay, well, what is going to get the most attention when it's, you know, searching out for the video that you put out, right? Because once you upload that video, you can monetize it, and then YouTube will run an ad on the video, and, you know, someone clicks on it, then you'll get a, you know, a small few cents or whatever, right? But you take that and you say someone like me who only has 280 subs and who's making like, you know, between $5 and $10 a month or whatever. I mean, you get a few hundred subs and you get more views, and you'll start to notice, wow, I'm really generating revenue, right? But there's so many other aspects to how do I make money on YouTube, because how do I make money on YouTube? I mean, well, that's pretty, I guess, small in a nutshell. There's other things. You gotta, I guess, kind of have a sense of videography, photography, video editing, and eventually, if you want, you can get your own camera gear, because I think the crisper the camera is and the better the audio is, I think that kind of draws better to an audience. I mean, right now I'm filming on a Nikon camera. Did I go out and buy the Nikon camera for my channel? No. I've been doing photography for quite some time, and I had a Nikon DSLR and a decent tripod and a decent Rode video mic and a decent lighting bar, because I've done a few video things and I've done some photography, so I already had this stuff on hand, right? But if you have a webcam, if you have a headset, if you have a smartphone, which almost everyone does, all these things have video, all these things have mics, and as long as you're doing content that you feel you're passionate about, then it really doesn't matter what anyone else says. You know, like, I do stuff on tech/gaming. Are you gonna see me doing stuff on like prank videos or like gossip, like all these other channels? Like, no, that stuff doesn't interest me, and there's other channels for that, you know. Am I gonna do a vlog of me going out? You know, probably, because that's kind of what I do, and that's, you know, within my daily grasp of my routine and what goes on in my life, and, you know, what am I up to and stuff like that. But am I a daily vlogger? No. Will you see that stuff in my channel from time to time? Sure. So it really just depends on what you want to do. You know, the people being very, I guess, secretive about what they make. I mean, you can, Socialblade is very accurate, I feel, somewhat accurate, and you can kind of get a sense of what someone's making, right? But you have to add on top of that, not just their YouTube revenue. You have to keep in mind that companies are coming to them because they have an audience, and they're saying, okay, well, we have this product, why don't you throw it in a, you know, 15-second video clip of something that you upload or whatever, or hey, you know what, we saw you like this game, maybe you like this new game we're coming out with, why don't we give you an early copy and you can test it out and tell your audience about it. Or if you're a car guy, maybe a company will send you brakes. Or if you're someone who does just stuff on cameras, maybe this new camera will be coming out and you'll be able to test it. I mean, the sky's the limit, because there's so many different categories on YouTube, and aside from that, there's so many different platforms where you could learn. And I think that's another important thing I want to emphasize on is, you know, you're gonna have to spend some time and invest in yourself, because stuff like video editing and stuff with, you know, learning about lenses and cameras, while it's not that important, it'll kind of help you in the long run to develop your channel as you grow. So think about it as an investment in yourself and a skill that you'll learn. You know, what's one skill do you think someone needs in their life? Think about it. I would say cooking, right? Because everyone needs to cook, more or less, right? You got to eat or you die. I mean, that's pretty much the gist of things. You know, are you going to be using history or like math in your daily life, and is it life or death? Not really. I mean, you need food and water and sleep. Those are kind of like three things you need to function on a day-to-day basis. So just think of it as, you know, an extra skill. You know, if you know how to cook, that's great. If you're okay at cooking, okay. But it's still a skill. You know, if you take these skills and you start to add them to yourself, it's something you can take with you down the road and say, you know what, I know this now, and you can help other people if you want. You know, I think it's important for me to tell you guys from a smaller channel how things are going for myself, because people with 10,000, 15,000 subs, I mean, that doesn't really help anyone that's trying to grow. That's not giving you an idea of a smaller channel. You know, where am I at? How are the next few months going to be for myself? Because you see a lot of these videos on how to make money on YouTube, and their channel's already like 100,000, 500,000 subs, 70,000 subs. Like, that's great, but for someone who has like 50 subs, 70 subs, 1 sub, how's that helping you? How's that helping you kind of know what's going to happen the next 6 months or 12 months? You know, you need to know these things from a smaller channel perspective based on what I've been going through the past few months, say 6 months more or less, you know, on what your revenue growth is going to be and how much time you're going to have to put into it, because a lot of that is time. You know, for say a 5-10 minute video, there's post editing, you know, processing that you have to do, and that's, you know, it's a few hours a day, you know, so you have to carve time out, you know, because if you have kids or a pet or a girlfriend or a wife or a job or a school, you have to make time for these things, because I find a lot of it is you can't just throw the content out there because people will know, you know, if it's crappy or not, more or less. So a lot of that is going to depend on you. So yeah, I mean, I hope this video helped you guys out, and if you have any questions, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, let me know. I'm very active, you know, I interact a lot with my audience. As soon as I get a comment, you know, I tend to reply within a few hours. So, you know, let me know, give me some feedback, and if you got any questions, let me know. I can probably answer it for you. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. See you in the next one. Oh,